dreams come true in Tonight's the Night in 45 minutes. First on BBC One, we team up with BBC HD for the stuff of nightmares.
I am Professor Brian Cox, and this is the life cycle of a star. Stars initially form from clouds of dust and gas. This dust and gas, by the force of gravity, spirals together into the early stages of a star, called a protostar. Gravitational energy is converted into heat energy when the temperature gets hot enough. As this temperature rises, hydrogen nuclei undergo nuclear fusion. It is when this fusion happens that it combines together and a star is born. The star immediately enters a long stable period. This is when the heat energy gives an outward pressure to balance the inward pressure created by the heat. The star maintains its energy for billions and billions of years due to the massive amount of hydrogen at its core. This is like our Sun, a main sequence star. Eventually, the hydrogen begins to run out. At this moment in time, heavier elements such as iron are begun to be made due to nuclear fusion of helium. The star then swells into a red giant if it is a smaller sized star, or a red supergiant if the star is larger in size. This is because the surface begins to cool. Whoa! Look! A red giant right here! A small sized star, like our Sun, then becomes unstable. It ejects out its outer layer of dust and gas. This then becomes a planetary nebula, like this one. This then cools into a dense core called a white dwarf. As it cools further, it then turns into a black dwarf. However, big stars undergo more fusion and begin to expand and contract several times whilst undergoing more fusion. Heavier elements than iron begin to form. Eventually, these elements shoot out in different directions, forming a supernova which explodes to form new planets and stars. The exploding supernova throws out its outer layers of dust and gas into the atmosphere, forming a very dense core called a neutron star. If the star is big enough, this can then turn into a black hole. I hope you found the life cycle of a star just as fascinating as myself, and maybe one day you could become the Professor Brian Cox like me.
The universe is made of 12 particles of matter, 4 forces of nature. The universe is made of 12 particles of matter, 4 forces of nature. That's a wonderful and significant